Good evening. This is a public meeting of the Board of Education, Clark Public Schools. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with PL 1975, Chapter 231, and that a special notice was made in conformance with Section 13 of the Act.
Can I get a motion to return to public? Ms. Akalonis, Ms. Harrison? Roll call, please. It's been a while.
Ms. Akalonis?
Yes.
Mr. Bensavinga? Mr. Bohm?
Yes, here.
Mr. Breedy? Ms. Guerrero?
Yes.
Ms. Harrison?
Here.
Ms. Hickman?
Here.
Mr. Lewis?
Here.
Mr. Smorrow?
Here.
And Mr. Dunkersloot.
Here.
Having 8 board members, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Rise for pledge. I pledge allegiance. I guess we'll have a roll call.
Ms. Akalonis?
Here.
Mr. Bohm?
Here.
Mr. Breedy? Ms. Guerrero?
Here.
Ms. Harrison?
Here.
Ms. Hickman?
Here.
Mr. Lewis? Mr. Smorrow?
Here.
And Mr. Dunkersloot.
Here. All right, so moving on, we will get the approval of the minutes. Can I get a motion? Ms. Guerrero, followed by Ms. Akalonis. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Akalonis?
Yes.
Mr. Bohm?
Yes.
Ms. Guerrero?
Yes.
Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Ms. Hickman?
Abstain.
Mr. Lewis? Mr. Smorrow?
Yes.
And Mr. Dunkersloot.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. At this time, public hearing of the district policy. Skip past that. Perfect. Any questions on the district policy? Seeing none. Moving on to, at this point, we'll open the floor to the public for agenda items only. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns on the agenda, now would be the time to come up to the podium. Okay, seeing none. We'll move on to personnel. So personnel, we have items 1 through 19, but we also have addenda items 1 and 2. Number 1 reads, the following transfer of personnel for the 23-24 school year is hereby approved effective July 1 as listed. Caleb Bain from FKH Phys Ed Health to ALJ Phys Ed Health. And then number 2, Megan Santina is hereby appointed the teacher of physical education and health for the Clark Public Schools at FKH for the 23-24 school year, effective September 11th, 23 or sooner, if released from her current contract. So can I get a motion on items 1 through 19 and addendas 1 and 2?
I'll move.
Ms. Hickman and Ms. Akalonis, questions or comments? Roll call.
Ms. Akalonis?
Yes.
Mr. Bohm?
Yes.
Ms. Guerrero?
Abstain on 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, addendum number 2, and yes on the rest.
Thank you. Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Ms. Hickman?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Smorrow?
Yes.
And Mr. Dunkersloot.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Right, now we have curriculum item number 20. Can I get a motion? Ms. Akalonis, followed by Mr. Bohm. Are there any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Akalonis?
Yes.
Mr. Bohm?
Yes.
Ms. Guerrero?
Abstain.
Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Ms. Hickman?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Smorrow?
Yes.
And Mr. Dunkersloot. Motion carried.
We now have board governance number 21. Can I get a motion? Ms. Guerrero, followed by Ms. Hickman. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Akalonis?
Yes.
Mr. Bohm?
Yes.
Ms. Guerrero?
Yes.
Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Ms. Hickman?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Smorrow?
Yes.
And Mr. Dunkersloot.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. And then finally, we have finance items 22 through 38, because we're going to administratively remove number 39. So items 22 to 38 for finance. Can I get a motion? Mr. Smorl, followed by Ms. Hickman. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ms. Akalonis?
Yes.
Mr. Bohm?
Yes.
Ms. Guerrero?
Abstain on 23, 28, 31, yes on the rest.
Ms. Harrison?
Yes.
Ms. Hickman?
Yes.
Mr. Lewis? Yes. Mr. Smurl?
Yes.
And Mr. Dunkersloot?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Pass it over to Mr. Grande.
Good evening, and thank you, Mr. Tonkersloot. On this evening's agenda, we have a number of personnel appointments, and being that we're only in mid-July, we're in a really good position for opening school come September the 1st, actually August the 31st this year. And as Mr. Tonkersloot said, Ms. Santina is going to be our new physical education and health teacher, and she's in the audience this evening, and I would like to just congratulate you on this new adventure. We're 3 weeks into the summer, and it's a busy time with curriculum writing, school counseling and child study teamwork, and summer building projects. In addition, our extended school year program for our special needs students is in its second week, and many thanks to Ms. Viola for leading that initiative. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Mr. Grande. Do we have any report of the committees? We have either unfinished or new business. All right, seeing none there. At this time, we will open up to the floor for the hearing of the public. If you have any questions or comments on anything that was not on the agenda, now would be your time. You have 2 minutes. You just have to come up and state your name and your address for the record.
I'm Bill Draghi, 47 Post Road, Clark, New Jersey. A California mother fought the state for LGBT control of her daughter. The state insisted her daughter was a boy, and her daughter as well. After transgender treatment of testosterone, her mother still thought she had a daughter. Her daughter ended her life by kneeling in front of a train. I'm sure the state is saying the mother caused the suicide. But if the parent had control over her child instead of the state, her daughter would be alive today and most likely looking forward to her own children. California Bill AB 665 has passed the Senate and is awaiting Assembly, which will probably pass it. The current law allows the removal of a child from its parents only if these two conditions occur. Parents are abusive to their child and a clear danger to the child's welfare, or if a child is in danger of itself or another. And secondly, a licensed therapist recommends must recommend the action. This is a good law. The new California bill, AB 665, amends the current law by allowing the taking of a 12-year-old or older child from its parents, even if the parents are not abusive to its child and the child is not a danger to itself or to another. And a non-licensed therapist. 3 minutes? 3 minutes already?
Yeah.